ITheir TV Syracuse, the local station. You're watching the morning news.
Welcome in and good morning. That was Claudia Tenney.
She had something very important to say. Her mouth was agape.
Yeah, we'll get back to that in just a moment. But first, welcome in. You got Rachel and Ryan with you on this Wednesday, January 7th. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, glad you are here. I had my windshield wipers on this morning. It was kind of spitting at me.
Yeah, and the parking lot's, just like Kate said, sludgy and a little gross out there.
You know, I hate rain in the middle of the winter, Kate, because it just makes things gross.
It really does. It really does. And also keep in mind, there's probably a lot of fog in some spots too. You know, with that warmer layer of air that's just in the upper levels, that's moved over that snowpack, it has created some of that, a little bit of dense fog in some spots. But you know, we're making that transition now with that colder air coming in. We are going over to some of that snow. You see that back towards Rochester and Buffalo, and that is what's on the way. So maybe thinking, oh no, we're going to have another bad morning commute. Well, not necessarily. Because of this, the temperatures, as long as we can stay above freezing, that is going to really help with the roads. But keep in mind, you only need a coating of snow to make things slushy. A lot of the main roads should be okay, just mostly wet, but really watch out for any slippery spots as you're heading out the door this morning. We'll end the day on a much quieter note, and our warmer temperatures are still forecast to be here at the end of the week. We're going to talk more about that in a few minutes.
We begin in Oswego County, but it's
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
Hey, good Wednesday morning, everybody. We've got a live view right now. This is our roof cam. Your driveway probably looks a lot like ours, where maybe a lot of the snow or the slushiness has melted with just a little bit still hanging on, but wet driveways. And you can see a little bit of fuzziness. That is some fog that we have outside as well. Temperatures are still in the mid-30s for a lot of us. It's mostly raining at the moment, but we're watching for that transition over to some snow. Temperatures are still very much well above freezing, and so that's why we are just dealing with rain at the moment. But when you have that milder air moving over snowpack, you get some of this fog, and so we're watching for that as you're heading out the door. But we do transition over to some of that wet snow as the morning progresses, because well, we have this area of low pressure right here. It's kind of right on top of Rochester at the moment. It's moving eastbound over Syracuse. You can see that transition already happening in parts of over near like Seneca County, over near Ithaca, Cortland, our higher elevations, starting to see that transition. We still have winter weather advisories for our northeast counties because of some freezing rain going on, some icing mixing with some of that wet, slushy snow. We're not expecting a lot of snow out of this. In fact, majority of us see less than an inch in the next couple of hours. But you only need a coating. A lot of the main roads should be okay for you because we stay above freezing for the most part. It's these secondary roads, higher elevations, things could be just a little slippery in some spots. So just please be careful as you're heading out the door this morning. After school, after work hours, things are a little bit better. We're cloudy and also a lot quieter to end the day. Let's show you this on our timecast. So we're dealing with these scattered snow showers through the morning hours, and then later on today, things are a little quieter. However, it's a bit breezy. Got a northwest wind today, gusting around 15 up to 20 miles per hour. So there is a wind chill to the air. We're feeling more like the mid-20s, but things keep staying nice and dry, which is some good news. You know, things are pretty waterlogged at the moment and very soggy. Tomorrow's not that bad. We wake up still sucked into the clouds in the morning. Patience tomorrow. We are expecting some breaks of sun, most of it happening in the Finger Lakes and west of 81. A lot of you from Watertown, Lowville, and Rome, you guys probably won't see any sunshine for tomorrow. But from Syracuse to Auburn and Waterloo, before that sun sets tomorrow, you should be able to get in on some of that. Should make for a really pretty sunset tomorrow evening. Before we get ready for our next round of precipitation, this moves in here on Friday. We wake up temperatures around 40 Friday morning, and we climb up to near 50 in the afternoon. Of course, that comes with a little bit of rain. And then we're dealing with a little bit of a wide range of temperatures here for Saturday. It's all going to depend on where you live, but things are turning colder on Sunday with a little bit of snow hanging on through Monday morning, quiet on Tuesday.
Right now, just about 5:15.
Now, your forecast first. Certified is Central New York's most accurate.
Here's your weather headlines for today and beyond. We got that transition from the rain to snow happening, an inch or less for most of us. It's not really going to be a lot of snow, but just watching out for any slippery spots as you're heading out the door this morning. Tomorrow's the pick day of the week. We should be able to squeeze out a little bit of sunshine, especially west of Syracuse. Quiet and no precip. No rain, no snow or anything. Our January thaw continues. We're staying above freezing today. We got 40s in our forecast tomorrow, and then we got 50 in our forecast for Friday. High temperatures today, though, we are staying above freezing, mid-30s to near 40 degrees. Overnight lows, a little bit cooler. A lot of us should be getting down to close to freezing. And then for tomorrow, things are pretty quiet with those highs in the low 40s for a lot of us. Certainly running well above normal, and we'll keep that up into Friday. That does come with scattered rain showers. Saturday is one of the situations where we have a couple of fronts over us, what we call that triple point, so temperatures really ranging depending on where you are, but we're turning a little colder and more seasonable with 30s and a few snow showers Sunday into Monday.
Now, none of us were there.
No, but our director.
Jeff
was.
was.
And he said it was excellent.
He said it was excellent, and he even brought us Clayville.
Yeah.
How about that?
But yeah, he was like, oh my gosh, it was so good.
Yeah, so if you have time.
That sounds like a great show if you have time, absolutely. Welcome in. Depending on
Playbill with the red.
Depending on where you are, you
that.
might be moon dancing as you make her out the door because
I can't
of like
moonwalk. Not in these shoes I'm wearing right now.
moonwalking. Did I say moon dancing?
Yeah.
You said moon dancing. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, show us an example, would you?
Well, you know, on ice, you just never know what you're going to do. It might be a moon dance. Yeah, moon dancing.
Doing the penguin shuffle in some
There
spots.
you go.
Yeah, there's a little bit of there's still some freezing rain going on, mostly rain, but then when you go up in elevation, you're starting to see that transition.
That's where you moonwalk
Exactly, yeah.
and moon dance.
Moonwalk out of here. So yeah, you can see that snow kind of coming in from our west, our higher elevation spots south of Syracuse, seeing that changeover right now. So we're not going to get a lot of snow out of this. Most of you, not even an inch. But all you need is a coating. What is helpful is that most of us have temperatures above freezing. But in the higher elevations where maybe you're hovering around 31, 32, really be careful of any icy slick spots as you're heading out the door. We'll end the day on a much quieter note. Temperatures mid-30s, a little breezy at times, dry and cloudy this afternoon and evening.
We are waking up on the...
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
All right, good morning, everybody. Got a live view right now from our studios. Here's our roof cam looking out over our driveway. It is wet outside. We've been dealing with rain all night long. Some of you even dealing with some freezing rain. We still have winter weather advisories for our northeast counties. 35 degrees right now at the Syracuse airport. So we're just dealing with rain at the moment, but some slightly colder temperatures are trying to move in here. When you go up in elevation, you're already noticing some of that changeover to that snow. We got the system moving over us right now. And so this is going to give us a wet, kind of slushy start to our morning for some of us. You look up towards Lowville, parts of Herkimer County. That's where you find some of that wet, slushy snow, probably at least a couple of inches mixing in with some of that freezing rain. Otherwise, generally rain, starting to see a changeover right now in the higher elevations, southern Onondaga County, Cortland, Shenango, southern Cayuga County. So just be careful. Some of these secondary roads could be a little slippery for you this morning. We're expecting less than an inch of snow here, though, this morning, and then things will turn much quieter later on today. So a bit slushy as you're heading out the door this morning. Temperatures mid-30s today. We keep it in the mid-30s and eventually turning drier. Got a cloudy sky this afternoon, but at least no major issues for your evening drive. A lot different than what it was last night being out and about. So this morning, just watching out for a little bit of slushiness on the roads, but in general, not too bad. The fact that our temperatures are above freezing, that's going to help with a lot of our road conditions. Mostly those roads and highways, they should be just wet than anything. But again, your neighborhoods might be a little slushy in some spots. All right, mid-30s for this afternoon and this evening. A little breezy at times, so we're feeling more like the mid-20s. And we'll keep it quiet and dry tonight. We wake up tomorrow morning, not bad with the temperatures in the mid-30s, and we'll keep it pretty quiet for tomorrow. There's not much happening during the day. We're socked into the clouds in the morning through lunchtime, but the second half of the day tomorrow looks promising with a little bit of sunshine, mainly from Syracuse to Fulton and the Finger Lakes. Farther east you go, you're probably still socked in with some of those clouds, and then they just come rolling right back in here. So a little bit of sun we get tomorrow. It is short-lived, and then we have our next round of precipitation, and it's rain. We have temperatures around 40 degrees Friday morning, and we'll even bump it up to near 50 in the afternoon. At least there's not a lot of rain here. We're only expecting some of these scattered lighter showers for your Friday afternoon. So you might be able to get outside a little bit and try to enjoy some of those 50s around here. We'll keep it a little rainy still on Saturday. Sunday turning colder with snow showers into Monday.
And it's YRTV Syracuse, the local station. You're watching the morning news.
Good morning and welcome in. It is 6 o'clock. We got Ryan and Rachel with you on this Wednesday, January 7th. We're calling it a wet Wednesday.
Yeah, wet Wednesday. Usually we get snow in winter, but we're
Now it's
getting rain this morning. I had the windshield wipers on, Kate, and it's just kind of a blah type of morning there.
little
Day,
icky.
you know, yeah, and even in some spots, still might even be a little icy, and maybe some untreated spots of your parking lots and sidewalks, and especially if you're in the higher elevation. So just be careful of that. We are seeing that transition now from the rain over to the snow. Higher elevations, of course, getting in on it first. Where you see the pinks out in parts of the Mohawk Valley and even way up in the North Country, still some freezing rain coming down. So that's why we still have those winter weather advisories in effect until 11 o'clock this morning. Mid-30s for a lot of us, and some places like in Watertown, you're really borderline with those freezing temperatures this morning. We'll keep it in the mid-30s and a much quieter finish to our day, and that's going to carry over to a pretty nice day for tomorrow. We'll have more on that coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Kate. We'll begin in Austin.
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
Good morning, everybody. We got a live view right now from our roof cam at our studios here in East Syracuse. We've been dealing with some rain, starting to see a little bit of that changeover to some snow for the higher elevations. It's 37, though, at the Syracuse airport, so we are just raining. It is breezy. We got a gusty wind coming from the west, making it feel like 29 outside. So few temperatures are really getting borderline closer to that freezing mark, and we're going to notice more and more of this transition from the rain to the snow for your morning commute. Now, the thing is that our temperatures for a lot of us are staying right around or just above freezing, so that will really help out with our, especially like the road conditions, the main roads, the highways. Go a little bit farther north, though. This is where we still have winter weather advisories. This shade of pink right here, that's indicating freezing rain, so watching out for some icing going on from St. Lawrence through A Bay down towards Philadelphia. Then you go up into the Tug Hill, you got some of that wet, slushy snow. We've been dealing with some freezing rain into parts of the Mohawk Valley. Just rain around Syracuse, but then you go up in elevation, Route 20 and south towards Lafayette, Onondaga Hill, Moravia, Dryden. You see, it's starting to see some of that changeover already, and that's where you have the best chance of seeing maybe a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch of snow. We are not expecting a lot, but a little bit of some slushiness around here. So at the bus stop this morning, mid-30s, it's a wet one at the bus stop. Even if it is if it's snowing, not necessarily raining, it's still very, very wet outside. A drier finish to the day, though. Keeping it mostly cloudy. Temperatures just kind of maintaining the low to mid-30s throughout the day today. A little breezy at times with that wind from the northwest, but our rain and snow moves up and out of here after lunchtime, giving us a much quieter finish to the day. Tomorrow still expected to be the pick day of the week. We wake up tomorrow morning, though, with a lot of clouds. Not promising a bright sunny day, but at least this is our best shot at seeing some breaks of sun for the first time in a little while. It's been probably about close to a week since we've seen some of that. And for anyone west of 81, you have that best chance of seeing some of that sun before the sun sets for tomorrow evening. All right, we're going to warm things up even more so, too. We have 40s for tomorrow, 50 on Friday. That's coming with some scattered rain showers, but plenty of rain-free time, so you should be able to maybe sneak out a quick walk or just enjoy near 50. Saturday, one of those days where it's all about location. We got an area of low pressure moving kind of right on top of us, and so it's really going to depend on where you are. That's how warm or chilly you'll be. We'll just kind of resume. I almost said November, not November, January. We'll resume January next week. I don't want to rewind.
Yeah, please don't.
I had my brain like short-circuited for a hot second there.
I don't want to redo all those snowstorms.
When we get mid-January, we just go forward.
Yeah, I got to keep trucking along.
Yes, we do. Hey, give a shout out to Howland Farms this morning. They are our new spot.
Your forecast first. Certified as Central New York's most accurate.
Alrighty, here's your weather headlines for today and beyond. We're only expecting less than an inch of snow for a lot of us this morning as we make the transition from the rain to the snow. For some of the higher elevations and even parts north and east of Syracuse, you've already been dealing with some freezing rain and snow all night long, so be careful about that heading out the door. The pick day of the week is still tomorrow. We're looking at some afternoon breaks of sunshine. January thaw continues. 30s today, 40s tomorrow, even near 50 on Friday. Let's check out today's highs. So our precipitation is only really happening this morning, and then we'll just maintain the mid-30s the rest of the day today. Overnight lows tonight will be right around that freezing mark for some of you, and then tomorrow running above normal. Upper 30s to low 40s, and yeah, we have our sights set on 50 for Friday. That does come with some scattered rain showers, nothing really too heavy, and I do anticipate a lot of rain-free time Friday as well, so that's good. And then Saturday, that's our next system, wide range of temps there, and then turning chillier and windy on Sunday.
Okay. Kenny Loggins celebrating a birthday today. He has.
We got our hands and some playbills.
Yeah.
Check this out. Our director went to the show last night.
Jeff Mercer, he said it was excellent.
I think phenomenal were his words.
It might have been, yeah.
Check it out. Very cool.
I tell you,
Like
that
the
music
playbill.
gets you chair dancing, doesn't it?
It does, it does.
It sure does.
As Ryan calls it, moon dancing. Not
Dancing,
moonwalking.
what you do when you're sitting.
Moon dancing.
Well, I was saying that, you know, in some parts because of the rain and the freeze, you'll be moon dancing. I meant moon walking. But, you know, hey, when you're on ice, it turns into a moon dance.
Give us an example. Give us an example.
No. No mooning at all.
Or dancing. Get out of here quickly, Kate.
I hope no mooning around here. Yeah, no, we're, how do you even transition out of that? It's raining, we're transitioning to some snow right now. And so, yeah, you might be doing a little bit of the penguin walk for some of you, especially if you live north and east. If you live, I try. Hey, I'm a professional, guys. We are looking right now at the radar. You see some of that pink in the Mohawk Valley. That is freezing rain. We're also seeing some of that snow already up in the Tug Hill. Now, some of those spots could see about an inch and a half of snow tops, but it's just more that wet, slushy snow. It's having a tough time really sticking, especially to main roads, because the temperatures are just not cold enough. We have mid-30s right now for pretty much everyone, and that's what we maintain for the rest of the day. And all this rain, snow, it's only this morning. This afternoon, it's quieter, it's drier, it's cloudy. Temperatures stay in the 30s.
We are waking up on the...
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
And a very good Wednesday to you. I pulled up our Watertown camera. This has been a spot that's been kind of in and out of some rain, some mix, maybe even some freezing rain. So watching out as you are heading out the door this morning. A wet view looking out over Oswego. We've been dealing with all rain since last night and early this morning. We're slowly making a transition over to some wet snow. 37 degrees right now at the Syracuse airport. It's breezy too, and you can see it's all wet and slushy here at our studios in New Syracuse. All right, right now we're in the mid-30s, so we are above freezing. So that's why anyone that maybe is snowing, it's having a really tough time sticking. If it's a main road or highway, it's probably just going to be wet for you this morning. But any of your neighborhood roads, secondary roads, it could be a little slushy for the next couple of hours as we're dealing with this area of low pressure kind of moving right on top of us right now. You can see it's more snow than anything back to our west, and so that slowly kind of makes its way towards Syracuse and everywhere everyone else for this app. Then for later this morning, we still have a little bit of some freezing rain going on just north of Watertown, parts of St. Lawrence. We're watching out for that. Mostly rain in Syracuse. You go up in elevation along Route 20, Tully, Lafayette, heading over towards Moravia too. You probably have some of those very wet fat flakes kind of falling from the sky. Less than an inch of accumulation though, so this is not a big snowmaker for us by any stretch, but enough to really make things slick and sloppy and just kind of messy for you this morning. A lot quieter for your ride home this afternoon and this evening. Mostly cloudy, dry, a little breezy, but once we get past this morning snow showers, the things are really improving the second half of our day today. Temperatures maintain the mid-30s. Overnight, we're keeping it dry, cloudy, not a whole lot happening when you wake up tomorrow morning. It's just still socked into the clouds. You know, this is our cloudiest stretch of this time of the year, where if you get any sun, that's just an added bonus. And for some of you, you'll get in on a little bit of that for tomorrow. Keyword little. It's mostly areas west of 81 have the best chance of seeing some breaks of sun. Should make for a really pretty sunset tomorrow night, actually. And then we'll keep it quiet until we get to Friday. Friday morning, we're waking up very mild, around 40 degrees with rain moving in, dealing with scattered rain showers. It's breezy Friday, too, but it's that gusty wind. It's going to help get those highs to near 50 degrees during the day. On Saturday, temperatures really ranging milder farther to the south and colder to the north. So we've got another low moving over us. So that'll be one of those days where we have quite a spread of temperatures. Then everyone is turning colder with some windy conditions, some snow showers on Sunday into Monday morning. Tuesday looks pretty quiet, mostly cloudy, highs in the mid-30s.
Okay, let's get to our question of wood now, where the SU men's basketball team tasted a sweet victory in the Peach State as they stung the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets for the win, 82-72.
Burden of that rain coming down and also the wind, and so most of you are rainy, but then you go up in elevation in some of our outlying areas. Could even be some freezing rain going on. That's where we still have those winter weather advisories for our north and eastern counties. Seeing that transition already in the higher elevations along Route 20, so watch out as you're heading out the door this morning. Things are going to be a little slippery in some spots. Now, this is only happening this morning. Things are a lot quieter, a lot just a little easier for us this afternoon to get around. We'll be drier as well with some clouds and highs in the 30s. All right, for tomorrow, not too shabby. We got a little bit of sunshine in here, highs in the 40s, near 50 on Friday with some rain showers. Saturday, we got rainy weather, turning colder by the end of the weekend with a little bit of snow returning Sunday into Monday.
Let's go back to that shot in Brewerton. It gives you an idea of what we're dealing with in some parts that shows the rain coming down. It looks like a kind of a mixed bag, a little snow there as well.
A lot of main roads should be okay, but watch out, secondary surfaces could be a little icy.
Yeah, as we know, it's not how much falls, it's when it falls. And right now, during morning commute, that's not great. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here at noon.